Hey guys, this is our next project. We have a snapper. I forgot what these are called. These are one of those, single deck, super popular. You just tilt it up on the end to work on the deck and the belt, but it's been sitting for a long time. And just by the looks of it, look, the battery wire is broken, like it's broken, so we'll have to go through all that and take care of it. But first, before we even do the wiring for that, I'm going to take a look at this. These are notorious from the things that I've looked at of having fuel that kind of like just filters and goes into the cylinder, and then you kind of like hydrolock it and things like that. So we'll just go through the basics of it, and as always, we'll do it step by step. And like I said, this is old. They say this has been, oh look, there's mold on that. So you know it's been sitting around. I don't know where, but yeah, that's a prime example. Look at the air filter. It looks clean, but it's covered in mold. That's not good. We'll check the oil, and then we'll take the plug out of this one. And there's oil in it. Doesn't smell burnt, but most likely we'll have to take care of the carburetor on this. It pulls. Yep, it pulls, so I know it's not hydrolocked. So what we'll do is we'll take the plug out. We'll take a look at the plug, and then it's right there. But you see there's a lot of oil leakage, so we've got a lot of stuff to clean up, and there's a lot of things dead. So it's been sitting around wherever for a long time. But right now, we're going to check that plug, and then we're going to take probably the carb off. We're going to take this cover off to get to it, I think, because it's over here, buried. So we're going to see if we can get to it. It's getting dark. It rained all day, so we're going to see if we can get some work done today, all right? All right, let's take the plug off. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look at it. Oh, too deep. Is this the right size? Yep, that's the right size at least. Muffler's right in the way. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice, and definitely have fuel smell in it. So I think we've had some leaks. I'm gonna manually crank the engine just to see if anything comes out. Nothing seems to come out. So we'll get that cleaned up. We'll get it in there, and then I'm gonna remove the carburetor. Okay. So that piece came right out. The top with the air filter and the whole cartridge. Basically, those two retaining on the back and in the front. So we set that aside. And then now you get a really good view of the carburetor. There it is right there. And you can tell that, I don't know which is a better way for you to see it. I don't know. Let's see if I can put it this way. There we go. And then that's for the upper plenum. So now I can release that. And then I can release, looks like the governor mechanism, and probably the choke over there. I'm going to try to swing that baby out of here, if we can get it loose. Looks like. Oh, it looks like it's a double. So there's another, you can tell that right here, that there's another, it's a threaded bolt, basically with another hex head on it. The nuts to capture this intake, but there's another one, so I'll have to get whatever size that is. I don't know. All right, so I got the fuel line separated over here. I'm using a what is it, an 8mm, and so I'm going to move the fuel can over and then just undo these bolts. There we go. And then we'll go to the table, and then we'll separate it. Okay, but I think that ought to do it right there. Yeah, it's a little tight, even though it's not. Come on. Come on, one more turn, probably. There we go. There's the other one. Alright, and then we can, let's see how this hook is. That's going to be fun, because they're both hooked in there like that. Let's see if we can get one unhooked, and then, okay, so we're going to figure that one out. And then we can get this one unhooked with the governor spring That's always fun. Trying to work around stuff that you have here is always interesting. But we should be able to get this undone. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. And then get that out of there. Okay. And there we go. So we do. I had to put it on the vise and then use a little impact driver to get these freed up a little bit. It didn't take a lot of force, but I'm surprised how tight these were, because usually, you know, these things are not that tight. But let's get this apart and see what we got going on. Let's see. Fuel bowl. That's on there tight. There we go. Let's see. Okay, without breaking that O-ring there, right there. There's the O-ring. All right. Fuel bowl. A little dirty. Looks like that little tube there's plugged up, but we'll clean that out. And we'll just let that soak for just a little bit in a little bit of brake clean. I mean a carb cleaner. Okay, I mean you can tell that that's where it was sitting on. It was this pickup right here, and that's probably a pickup for the jet. I'm almost certain of that. So we'll see how that goes. And we're going to free up this. Let's see. We'll pull that out. Let's look at the needle and seat. That looks okay. Just a little, looks like a little bit of tarnish and gum is what it looked like mostly. Okay, so that we're going to set that aside. And then this, that should be okay. And we're going to replace this filter, obviously. Okay, so let's see. I've never taken one of these apart, but we need to take a look. Oh, look, it just comes right off. Oh. What do you know about that? So this comes off just like that. It was sitting there just like this. Okay, so we want to make sure we get it back in on the right place, because like that. Okay, so kitty corner, 90 degrees like that. That's the way it was sitting. So we want to make sure whatever we do that we get it back in the right place. But I want to make sure that I get that cleaned out, because I think that is stuck right there. Yeah, that's totally occluded right there. Look at that. Yep. That's occluded. I don't think that's supposed to be occluded. That's one that's open. And this one, that's open. And this one, yep, that's not open. So we're going to have to take a look at that. Let's take a look under the light. And this one, this side, I don't know. What is it supposed to do? I don't know. This is a strange one. I've never taken it Briggs apart that looked like that, so we'll have to see what we can do for it. And let's see. I don't know if it's a check ball or it's supposed to be, you know, occluded. I don't know. But I'm thinking it's not supposed to be occluded, but it is. Oops, a daisy. But it's coming through. It's better now. Okay, let's see. Let's take a little pry into it and see what we got in here. I think it's filled with, nope, it has a feeling that it's filled with some type of tar or varnish type of material. Most likely it's from just, you know, the fuel that's been sitting in it, so that's what it is. Yep. So that's what that is. So we know that that's not supposed to be like that. Okay, so we want to fill it up and then clean it up. So we'll clean that out too. Alright, and then this, I don't know. I think there's an orifice in here. And then we want to make sure that's clean. Okay, that feels better. And clean everything off. Absolutely. Okay, now let's get in here, because you can already tell that there's corrosion here on the emulsion tube. Let's see if we can get that out so we can clean it off, because I would like to always clean it off. Let's see how much we got flow. Okay, that's got some flow up there, but I like to get it out. So let's see if we can get it out without damaging it. If not, looks like we're going to damage it, so we're not going to touch it. Good. That revealed a little orifice there, so we want to make sure that's all clean. There we go. So the one on that side looks like. take another look. Okay, that looks good. That looks good there. Okay. This is the fuel. Okay, that goes somewhere. I don't know where. We're going to clean it up the best we can. Okay, so that looks good. Alright, so everything is cleaned up. I got it wired wheeled. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to work on this a little bit more to get that little gunk out of the end here. That's still, you can see that it's still dark right there. Okay, you can still see that it's a little dark. Okay, got a little spray there. Okay, so we're going to put this back. And remember, it goes right about here like this. Okay, like that. And clean this off a little bit. Okay, put fuel, and then put the arm in, like so. And then let's clean up the fuel bowl here. Yeah, that little soaking while we were working on that did wonders for it. Look at that. Okay, so you can already tell that it's cleaner. Okay, so clean up all of the gunk on that one corner of where the orifice was. Okay. Alright, that seems to be good. Alright, so let's put that back on. We're going to clean that up a little bit. Looks like there's some dirt here. Okay, and then get that off. There we go. And then put that gasket right there. Put this cover back on like so. Okay, and then put the screws back on like that. Tight there. And tight there. Okay, so I'm going to put a new fuel filter on. We're going to fill it up, and then the next time you see me, it'll be mounted, and we're going to try and get it to fire. Okay, so let's try that. Let's see if we can get it to fire today. Okay, that would be spectacular if we can do that. All right, it's getting late, but I figured I still want to give this a try. I got everything in neutral. If everything works, it should start. I filled it with fuel. Let's see if we can get it to go. Let's see. We haven't. Oh yeah, we got to put this in. We got to engage the parking brake. Okay, there we go. We got the parking brake on, so that should. There we go. Maybe need a little more work. Sounded like it wanted to go. It should be a lot easier than this.